Welcome. Through this presentation, I would like to give you a brief overview of our new public-private partnership initiative, Emulsify. This project aims to bring scientific grounded nuance to the recent concerns about emulsifiers and their potential health effects. Please note that what you will see today is an early outline of our ideas. If the topic is of interest for you, we warmly invite you to get in touch. Your suggestions and input are very welcome as we further shape this project. In recent years, food additives, particularly industrial emulsifiers, have faced increased criticism. A widely discussed study fueling this debate is the NutriNet Santé cohort study, which reported associations between emulsifiers intake and an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. This publication has significantly intensified scientific discussions around the potential health risks of emulsifiers. At the same time, a growing number of in vitro studies have emerged, focusing on the possible negative effects of emulsifiers on gut health and the gut microbiome. While these studies raise important questions, we believe that there are several critical limitations that deserve attention. Most notably, many of these experimental setups fail to reflect realistic human exposure scenarios. They often overlook the fact that emulsifiers are consumed as part of a complex diet, which can significantly modify their physiological effects. Therefore, to truly understand their health impact, we must study emulsifiers in the context of the food matrix. Emulsifiers are key components in many processed foods. They are valued for their ability to enhance texture, stability, and shelf life. However, as mentioned in the previous slide, in recent years their safety has come under increasing scientific and public attention. Concerns have particularly focused on the potential negative effects on gut health and cardiometabolic outcomes. But much of the current evidence remains inconclusive. Epidemiological findings, such as those from the NutriNet Santé study, report only weak associations between emulsifier intake and health risks. Additionally, many in vitro studies, while mechanistically interesting, often lack real-world relevance due to their unrealistic concentrations or simplified experimental setups. What is frequently overlooked is that emulsifiers are typically consumed in the context of a full diet, which may buffer or modify their effects. It's therefore crucial to move beyond isolated findings and assess emulsifier impact within the context of the food matrix and diet. To properly evaluate the potential risks and guide safe application of these additives, we need a deeper understanding of the biological mechanisms at play within the complexity of real foods and dietary patterns. By uncovering these mechanisms, we can take informed action, adapting formulations or dietary strategies to mitigate potential harmful effects, if and where they exist. Therefore, the aim of Project Emulsify is to bring scientifically grounded nuance to the ongoing debate around emulsifiers and their potential health effects. We seek to unravel underlying mechanisms and clarify the role of the food matrix. In Project Emulsify, we will have two work packages. Work Package 1, an in vitro dominated work package, we will investigate the interactions between emulsifier type, lipid droplet size, and their binding to the food matrix, and test how these aspects will affect food structure and gut interactions. This novel focus on the interaction with the food matrix adds realistic dietary context beyond simplified models. We assess sensory properties, oral breakdown, and intestinal effects, including the gut microbiota, using advanced in vitro systems. In Work Package 2, we will translate those findings to humans by studying again how emulsifier types can affect droplet size and interact with the food matrix. And we will test how this may influence metabolism and perhaps even micronutrient uptake. We will also conduct longer-term controlled dietary interventions to evaluate health impacts of emulsifiers within realistic settings, reflecting the true consumer habits as much as possible. So to summarize, this project will study the interactions between emulsifier type, droplet size, and the food matrix, and will test how these aspects may influence sensory properties, intestinal effects, including the gut microbiota. Together, this project is designed to generate high-quality evidence that goes beyond the current in vitro or associative data. By combining mechanistic insights with human-relevant outcomes, this approach will help clarify whether and under which conditions emulsifiers may pose health risks. It will also inform how formulation strategies can be used to mitigate potential adverse effects while preserving their technological benefits in food products. By taking a causal, diet, and food context approach, this project aims to provide scientific grounded nuance to the often one-sided and negative public perception surrounding emulsifiers. We plan to study commonly used industrial emulsifiers found in foods like chocolate, confectionery, bakery items, butter spreads, dressings, beverages, and dairy products. However, we welcome suggestions to expand our focus and including the possible addition of binding agents. To achieve our goals, we have assembled a multidisciplinary team, including food technologists, sensory scientists, nutritional experts, and gut microbiome specialists. To truly make an impact, we believe collaboration with industry is essential. That's why we're inviting industry stakeholders seeking nuance and evidence-based insights into the health impacts of emulsifiers, especially given the recent concerns. This includes suppliers of emulsifiers and binding agents, as well as food producers in the sectors such as chocolate, confectionery, bakery, butter spreads, dressing, dairy product, beverage, or cholesterol-lowering spreads. To conclude this main part of the presentation, a few additional slides will follow with some general background information. We are very open to suggestions on how to strengthen this project further, and we welcome ideas on how to align with the interest and expertise of potential partners. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you see opportunities to collaborate. Thank you for